I wanted to give two updates on some nature here. If you watch the channel also, I had that turtle that I brought in that was frozen last year, a little turtle ice cube, and I brought him in the garage. I tried to thaw him out and everything. And then on one of the live streams, I had announced that the turtle died, and he sure did stink. I mean, it almost made me puke. The garage had kind of a faint odor, and I stuck my head down in there and uncovered him. I had him covered up with a bunch of paper, shredded paper, so he could just kind of be covered. I pulled it off of there, and it just reeked. It almost made me puke, made me gag. It smelled so bad in there. So I had assumed that he was dead, unless he had some type of, he was using the bathroom in there or something. But I took him out and I put him in the woods, and I talked about this on that live stream when we had a little moment of silence. Well, I'll be darned if I didn't go out there and it was Easter weekend. We may have had an Easter weekend miracle, a resurrection of the turtle. Because I went back out there, and it was Easter weekend, about a month after I had announced that he passed away, and he was gone. I mean, there was the area there where I dumped that bucket out, and all of the paper shavings, the shredded paper and everything was still there, and the turtle was in that pile. I mean, I just kind of dumped it out and left him there out there in the woods. And when I went back out and looked on Easter weekend, he was gone. So we may have had some type of miraculous rising from the dead there, whatever the word is, because I didn't see him anywhere around either. I mean, he's a turtle, and he was in his shell, and it was closed. So, I mean, and he stunk too. So if a possum or a raccoon or something got a hold of him and drug him off, it would have been kind of hard to drag him off in the shell like that. And I don't know how they would eat something like that. But he was gone, and I looked around in the immediate area. I didn't see him anywhere. So there is a small chance that that turtle may have lived. I have no idea. All I can say is that he's gone. And the only other thing that could have happened, like I said, is an animal could have drug him off somewhere and tried to eat it or something. But like I said, that's kind of odd. He's a turtle inside the closed shell, and it was stinking pretty bad of rancid smells there. So turtle might still be alive. And the next thing I'm going to do is I have a nice, beautiful buck that has been coming in my backyard, and I have never seen a buck this big living in this area. He has moved into this area this year. He's on his own. He's a loner, nobody else with him. I haven't even seen any does in this forest for quite some time. But he has taken a liking to my backyard and the woodpile and the fauna and flora around my fence. I don't know what he's eating back there. There's all kinds of, there's honeysuckle, and when I cut all those cedar trees down and everything in my backyard, there's a clearing now and a bunch of, it looks to me like catnip. It's like mint or catnip leaves. If you know what catnip herb looks like, it just sprouted up everywhere back there. And he gets back in there and eats all that stuff, and then comes in my backyard and eats all the clover and everything. And he's helping me weed my wood yard. So he's beautiful. I did a short on this deer. But I am really sad to report that I've gotten some closer footage of him. And in this footage you'll see coming up, you'll be able to see, but he has one bad eye. His left eye, I don't know if he was in a fight or he got a thorn stuck in his eye or what, but I think he's blind in one eye and certainly partially blind. But you can see he has like some type of cataract over his left eye, and it looks to be kind of bulging a little bit. But I've been able to get some really close views of him. I mean, he comes all the way up to my patio, so I can see him pretty close. And the eye is not like, it's not like pussing and oozing and red and infected and bleeding and really, I mean, it looks like it's healed to me. It looks like he may have been in a fight last year during the rut and maybe sustained some injury to that eye, and he may have healed, but he may be partially blind in that left eye. It's weird because he still seems to use the eye at times. Most of the time he positions himself to where, like, if he's up against a firewood pile, his right eye is looking out and his left eye is against the firewood pile where it's protected. But very often he will be facing the other way, And if he hears a noise or something coming from this direction, he'll look up, and his right eye will be like looking into a woodpile. There's nothing over there. And his ears both turn left, and he'll look up and be looking like he's looking with that left eye, and his ears will be looking that way. I don't know if he's just listening and he's learned to develop his hearing and he listens that way, or if he still has some partial vision out of that eye and he can see a little bit or what. But that is a little bit sad, and that's just kind of a deer's life. I did some research on them, and it's pretty sad. Deer have a tough life. To be an animal that's that big and that beautiful and a mammal and that healthy and dominant and that type of thing, they only live like 4 to 6 years in the wild. And if you know anything about bucks, like that buck, this buck that we're going to show, that's probably his second or third set of antlers. So he's only probably 3 or 4 years old. And then maybe he only has another year or two to live probably on average. They just have a real tough life. Deer, they get violent during the rut and they fight each other. The bucks do. I mean, you probably know that, but I mean, they just get real violent and they get beat up. They can get injured, and the amount of disease and things that they're susceptible to out there, they don't obviously have modern medicine to help them. I don't know what kind of diseases ticks spread, but obviously they're called deer ticks, and they could get ticks all over them, and ticks spread all kinds of diseases. Now, I'm not a veterinarian, so I don't know which one of those diseases transmit into deer, but I'm sure they do. But any infection or broken bones or anything like that, it just leaves them vulnerable, and then they got to go out there and fend for themselves through the winter time when there's not a lot of food, and it's food and famine and that type of thing. So they have a tough life. I think deers in captivity can live like about 20 years is the upper range, I think. So I would think they could even live longer than that if they were in captivity and you were giving them a dewormer and antibiotics and good food and fresh water and a safe place to live with no hunters and all that. But apparently about 20 years is all they can go. So we're going to air this footage. I've been rambling on quite a long time, and I may have overlapped this footage already and just kind of started showing the deer while I'm talking about it. But we're going to finish out this video here with this footage of the deer just kind of browsing around in my backyard. You can maybe see his eye a little bit, and you can zoom in on YouTube, I think, too, if you want to zoom in on that left eye and look at it. But that's how we're going to finish out this video today. And once again, thanks for watching, you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Watch some damn videos if you do subscribe. We'll see you next time. I also got this little critter living in my backyard now, a fat little groundhog. Now, these little fellers can do some serious damage. They dig some pretty big burrows, but I think he's living underneath my pallets and eating my clover. Who knows?